Let's go into greater detail of how to overcome smoking or any other detrimental behavior. Red represents the physical, orange the emotional, yellow the mental. First, let's review how a detrimental pattern of behavior is generated. First, you have a sensory experience represented by the red. Next, because you have no preconceptions about that raw experience, you do not feel positive or negative about your initial experience. Instead, you have a raw experience that is then perceived to be positive or negative based on the evaluation that you have given it. I either like it or I dislike it. Assuming that you like your initial experience, the next time that experience or perception thereof comes around, you're going to feel some type of way in alignment with how you perceive the situation previously. The more you continue to have the raw experience combined with your previous preferences in alignment with your ongoing assessment that you like it, the more and more intensely that you are going to like it, and your body-mind is going to gravitate more towards that experience, whatever it may be. Likewise, if you apply the same principle in the opposite direction, you have a raw experience that you didn't feel no particular way about before because you made no previous assessment. Upon having that raw experience the first time, you decide that it's negative and you don't like it. The next time you see or perceive it, you're going to feel negative about that perception or experience. And the more you do that experience, the more you're going to perceive it in a negative light. This touches on the fact that a human being or any creature will naturally gravitate towards what it perceives to be beneficial and will naturally gravitate away from what it perceives to be detrimental. Where addiction or detrimental pattern of behavior comes in is when you have this ongoing positive association with that sensory experience, and then you start to get new information about the experience that it may not be as positive as you're perceiving it, and you begin reassessing the situation half-heartedly at best and starting adding some negative associations to it. And once you start adding positive and negative associations to it, now you have a love-hate relationship in connection to that sensory phenomena. This is where you may start hating yourself because you keep moving towards this phenomena because the majority of your escrow is positive towards that sensory experience. Yet your mind is still captivated by all the negatives that you're seeing in that experience. So it's also adding in some negatives to that experience. So you're feeling pulled towards it and pulled away for it. You want it and you don't want it simultaneously. It is at this point that you realize that you have a problem, and thinking is not the way out of it. The first step to overcoming this is to surrender thyself and discover the life upon hearing the word Yah. Once you experience some inner peace of your heart and some inner clarity in your vision, you then want to apply the raw experience of the word with your intention to the specific memory of the situation that you're struggling with. And given that you're stuck in the situation because you have both a positive and a negative perspective of your initial situation that memory represents, thinking more about how much you like or dislike a particular experience is not going to help you remove yourself from this trap. What will help you is to subtract your attention from the situation and abide in the word. And as you abide in the word in reference to the situation with your intention, begin to remind yourself of the facts of that situation and not your preferences for or against the situation that you're struggling with. If you fill your mind with the positive facts about the situation and not your evaluations thereof, then your natural physical experience is going to start moving in that direction by which your conscience has been filled. Likewise, if you fill your mind with the negative facts about a situation minus a particular evaluation of it, you will naturally move away from that experience. Understand that you can use the mind to contemplate the facts of a situation, or you can use the mind to contemplate your preferences of a situation. The truth is, once you have done this correctly, you will feel a deeper peace and satisfaction upon hearing the word and abiding in the word of this step applied therein. Not only that, as the majority of your conscience starts to be predisposed in the perspective of knowing the facts of the situation regardless of any emotionality, you will naturally begin to see situations as they truly are, and you'll be able to make a decision based on logic instead of emotion. Emotion combined with the ignorance of not knowing thyself is why you are trapped in this love-hate relationship to a particular thing in your life. Yet, upon successfully surrendering and hearing the word, as you reevaluate the facts of a particular situation, you will very soon see the facts of that situation as soon as your emotional attachment to the things and your thoughts thereof has been dispelled by surrendering unto the word. So, for example, you have an addiction, something that you want to cut out of your life completely. You need to fill your conscience with all the facts of why it's bad and why it's wrong. And if you fill it completely, you'll push out all the emotional debris of its opposite. And we fill our conscience with the facts by surrendering our will to God in combination with the word, because this is what helps us dissolve our attachment to thoughts and things. Once you are poised either for the thing that you want to do or against the thing that you do not want to do, you should feel in this first step of this experience a natural inclination to avoid the thing that you don't want anymore and to move towards the thing you do want. And thus far, this is how we generate the necessary conviction so that you can apply the next step to overcoming that situation completely. Now that we have a firm foundation in the facts of reality with no more emotion distorting our perspective thereof, we proceed from hearing the word to doing the word. All real action within this mind-body experience begins with intention. And everything that happens in our life is a happening. These are the doings, and these are the happenings. Therefore, to have an intention is to practice the law, as within, so without. Envision it to embody it. You reap what you sow, love thy neighbor as thyself, be ye like Christ, and pray first before applying this principle. So, once you know the facts from step 1, now you ask yourself, how might my life be different without this handicap hindering me? And at this time you might say, in private and in secret, O Father, who art in heaven, holy be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as is in heaven, as I am. Father God, please bless me with a God-given vision of overcoming this difficulty that I've been struggling with. The lower mind sees things from a third-person perspective abstractly, and thus it gathers data and information and assesses that information thereof in relation to real or fabricated experiences. The higher mind is built upon that foundation in which now you're seeing the situation from a first-person perspective that actually trains and reconditions the vessel and the life as a whole. So as you surrender thyself unto hearing the word and then apply thyself to doing the word, you're reassessing the facts in contrast with reality. And once you know the facts, you'll feel the necessary motivation to switch this to this. From a third-person perspective to a first-person perspective, imagine yourself in all the situations and circumstances that align with the facts of who you've chosen to be. Next, we want to use all of these chakras to your advantage. Upon applying your vision to the facts of the situation, in your memory of those experiences, there were times when you fell short. Go back and relive those experiences, and right before you fall short, say, no. Then immediately reimagine that scenario of you behaving ideally, saying yes to the alternative path. As you roleplay, responding ideally to the negative experiences that you don't want anymore, and positively in the direction of the character that you've chosen to be thus far. At a certain point in this meditative experience, you're going to feel like you've had enough. You're going to feel motivation and action coursing through your veins. You're going to feel like doing that which you have set out to do. And all throughout this process of these first 2 steps, you should be praying the way Jesus Christ said to pray so that God the Father can assist you in truly understanding what it is that I am sharing with you. Your mind-body experience is like a cup. If you are full of shit or have some shit blocking your receptors, only shit can come forth. If you are pure, only purity can come forth. And if you are suffering this shit because you do not know thyself or how to be as I am, then guess what? You got some shit stuck in your cup that you need to clean out immediately. Remember, I have free teachings freely available for you at the Self Gnosis Academy that covers all of this in detail so that you can overcome suffering today. God bless you.